Morning. Like, share, subscribe. Cash App. $ Skywalker 1984M. My honey's here. Good morning, sweetheart. 84, what up? So, came back last night and got up on the panel. Dave was talking. Man, Dave just goes on and on and on and on. It's like, man, can you get to the point, man? Land the plane. Shit. We've already run out of fuel, man. Come on. Land the plane, Dave. But I get up there and we're yapping and talking and whatnot. I accidentally ended the stream by accident. I take full responsibility for my actions. It was something that I regret. Um, my hand moved and touched the wrong button. I'm embarrassed about it, and I'm not going to take any time off to think about it and reflect. But it is something that I'll just have to work on and pray about and seek guidance on. But I hit the red button by accident. So we started up a new stream. Oh god! Started up a new stream and actually y'all should look at the second one last night. I said with these ladies, man, you bring them up here, there's gonna be problems. Now there's also gonna be views too. But in my opinion, they went in on Blue Jay, man. All right, the Moti LG Syndicate. They went in on Blue Jay, man. Now Blue Jay is annoying. I'll say that. And she gets in the way. She talks over. I don't know if her mic lags. If she just kind of wanders around in conversation, it's like, just let us just talk. But uh, I don't know, man. It's just thing I've kind of noticed in these YouTube streets is that bl- black folks in general, black women more specifically, and it happens. This is not just indigenous to just black people. Okay, it's like if a bunch of Americans are talking about, I don't know, XYZ, and there's an Australian there, and the Australian, kind of talking the conversation, and someone doesn't like what they say, they'll run over and say, "Well, you're Australian, this ain't got nothing to do with you," even though the conversation could be about, ketchup. The fact that somebody's national origin had absolutely zero bearing on any opinion when it comes to um, what the people were talking about. You know, you need not be an American to talk about ketchup. Nonetheless, I've noticed how quickly people are to black folks are black women more specifically to just jump on a white woman and say, "Well, you're white. You shouldn't even be here. This is black folks' business." And it's like, well, wait. We're just discussing the nature of the conversation. Um, what does race have anything to do with it? You know, It gets hostile, man. It just gets hostile. And then, uh, so Ert gets up there. Or Ert's running the panel, by the way, and it was good. Art is really just kind of chilling. He's got his Stevie Wonder look on, with his jihad beard going all the way down to the floor. I was actually online on my company website, um, filling out some reports, and then I hear one of them say, "Well, this y'all are trolling. Y'all are trolling. The men are trolling." And I just like said, "Well, I was like, what the hell do we do?" I'm just man. I was in the middle of filling out a very boring report. Very boring. Very boring. Luckily, it's one of those reports where it's like they fill in a lot of stuff for you. Like in some of those internet things where you got to fill out some. It's like the form is already pre-filled out. And let me say this, by the way, and now I'm getting a little bit. Whenever I have to put in what country it is, put USA at the top. Don't have me scroll all the way down. I got to go Albania first or something. Then I got to scroll all the way down to United Arab Emirates. Put USA at the top, okay? Just that's just decent. I just want all the companies out there if you're listening. Well, I'm filling out these reports, and then next thing you know, the men are getting blamed for what the women are doing. Now, I have no problem saying that we enjoy, we as the collective enjoy, war, a little jousting, a little pop, 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 you know, a little fighting, a little. But they turned around and said it was us that were trolling them. I, well, okay, let's just say we were. Why are you doing it? Why are you going along with it? Let's just say we were trolling. Why were you going along with it? I mean, you're playing, you're being a willful victim and then blaming that you're a victim. I can't stand this term, but make that make sense. And people say that shit like it's some kind of, gotcha intelligence, you know, a little intellectual. I go screw it, make that make sense. Or this one, the math ain't math. And just stop. Just stop. You just say it doesn't make any sense. Well, why does everything have to be, uh, you know, some kind of buzz phrase? What we weren't trolling. What happened was, or as my dad says when he makes fun of black folks, what had happened was, uh, Blue Jay comes up because Art was pining for a woman to come up, uh, white being extra. Um, so Blue Jay comes up, you know, and Art's beard is getting longer, and I'm saying, oh, why, we're just jumping around and whatnot. Then Art sees Mo in the chat and says, Mo, come on up, come on up. Art just wants to be surrounded by the women. Yeah, I like Mo Love too. I mean, I never had anything bad to say. Um, and about this time, this is when I start filling out my damn reports. Which, if I didn't say already, please make sure that just don't. I'm not searching for another country. Or it should be USA, and that I can't stand that. You know, another thing I can't stand is when you got to scroll for your birth year and you realize, shit, I'm scrolling for a while here. Anyway, what the hell was I saying? Oh yeah. So Art just wants the women to come up, and I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, that's fine, yeah. I mean, women bring views, we know these people. It's okay. So then Mo comes up, nice, Mo's always good. She always positive and all that. Mo comes up. Blue Jay doesn't say much, and then I don't know how it popped off. I think T came in. I got to look at it. I don't know how it popped off, but the next thing you know, uh, they start going in on it. They start going in on Blue Jay, and it's like, what? Wait, what? And Art was like, I just thought you guys could squash it. I thought you guys could just, whatever, man. We're having a fun here tonight. All right, we're just hanging out. I had no intention of, uh, seeing all this. Last night was kind of, well, the night before, not last night, but the night before last was kind of wild and all that stuff. I had no intention of really, anything going crazy. I believe that maybe 80%. The other 20%, I think if you put, if you put fire close to it's kind of like smoking in a gas station. If you smoke during, it's just maybe you didn't intend to blow up the gas station. I get that, but you shouldn't smoke while you're pumping gas. The fact is that um, there's been some friction, if you will, between a couple of these ladies. You know, again, I was watching and I was thinking, how is this going to work? But I said, you know what, let it be. You know, it's interesting how well women can cut deep, but then they also can become instant friends, at least superficially. I don't know. I was just happy to have women on the panel. All right. Uh, Again, the views something a little bit different. Um, my job is nothing but a bunch of men. Uh, I enjoy the banter I have with men. Like American Man and Vanta, and I enjoy the banter with men, and it was the channel was kind of it was kind of meant for that, man. But and I said to the guys, 84, like, okay, we bring women up here. It's gonna be, I guess you could take the good with the bad, man. If you want a really really hot woman, you got to deal with the fact that she'll be crazy. You know, the trade offs, and I mean you can't. Anyway, so they just started going in on it. I was like, the quickness by calling someone a white bitch, and that's like, what the fuck? But again, that's a human thing. That is not black person specific. Um, we all perceive outside groups as a problem when it's convenient to say they're a problem. But this is sure they were going on this white bitch. They made us the bad guys. You know what my dad always said: don't give them if you think you're under attack, don't give them the bullet to shoot you. You guys have seen these videos. As I said last night, these videos of women saying, "Okay, Donnell or Tyrone, use a black name. I'm leaving." and Tyrone, or Lake Donaldson, or Day Michael stops and looks and says, "All right, I'll see you." And then the woman turns around and says, You're gonna let me leave?" "Well, you said you wanted to leave." "No, you're supposed to fight for me." "What? You just told me you're gonna leave, and now you want me?" Ah, God, I don't understand the logic, man. You get on here, you put yourself out here, all right, and then you blame the person for you blame the outside person in a way for putting a stage or setting up a stage where you can act crazy and blaming them. By the way, the stage is for anyone. I don't know, man. I know this. I got to go see my doctor here, my FA doctor. I actually like the guy, man. He looks like Santa Claus. Um, Nice guy, very nice guy. You know, he's good with the paperwork, good with the FA, but shit, he can talk. He's one of those talkers. Those people that are talkers, like, oh shit, yeah. The shape of your head, I can tell by the shape of your head, you're a talker. And he has the same head as that guy who was that van driver I couldn't stand. Same shape of head, man. I was like, oh man, another. Oh shit, you know. So I gotta deal with that, if you will. But he's fine. Doc is good. He just man, just be quiet for a second, man. Don't turn a 20-minute appointment into an hour because you want to talk about something that has absolutely nothing to do with what needs to be talked about. Don't be a robber of time. Time is very precious. There is only so much time. So I gotta do that. You get into certain offices and like you're a captive audience because you can't leave, and then people take that and start telling you about their life, and it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I just want to get this exam done. I don't want to need to hear about your whole damn life. I hate that shit, man. And you have to sit there and go, yeah, really, yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Just let me go, please. Why are you torturing me with information I don't need? And again, I like these people. You know, I do think it's a white people thing. We're gonna talk about race. White people share a lot of information quick. You know, they're very quick to share their life story. White people will tell you about how stupid their kids are, and you just met them. Oh shit, man, dude, I'm just trying to, it's like you're imposing information on me that I don't want, and I might add, I don't need. I've noticed that white people do that. It is a cultural thing. I wish white people would stop. Hold on a sec. My check 1 2. What is this? Can everybody hear me? I'm going to this. Gotta go to the doc. Gotta go real quick. Dude thinks I'm lazy. No, I'm really, really sick. Sick of listening. Sick of hearing him talk. I pay enough money anymore. I'm gonna walk. You guys hear me? All right, I busted out a little rhyme. I told you I'm black. I told you. You guys don't believe me. I'm black as fuck. See? I'm black as hell. Can you guys hear me? Disarmed. Ready to arm. Chime. Test, test, test. I put these AirPods in. I don't know if it works sometimes. Oh shit, I gotta take my glasses. Let me see something here. Ah, shit. Can you guys hear me now? Okay, good. Yeah, I'm chomping on my gum. I got AirPods in. Yeah, I don't want any problems in life, man. I don't, you know, I just want, the older you get, you appreciate the simple things like your car just starting when you put the key in. You know how quickly your day can be ruined when your car doesn't start. Simple things, appreciate the little. My Civic here, right? It's old, but it works. It works. I can't hate it. I can't hate it. Now, it's not starting up right now because it has a bad alternator. All right. So what do you do when you have a bad alternator? You get fucking pissed. And then, shut up. So now, as we speak, I'm jumping in my car because I'm not in Memphis enough to get a new alternator. So I have to jump my car. This is some of the stuff that Bob does. Bob, it's not that Bob is cheap. Bob just doesn't feel like getting an alternator when you have an external battery to start off your car. I'll see if this shit. Sorry for the interlude, guys. Now car start. We're in business. We're in business. We did it, boys. We're in business. All right. Like, share, subscribe, Cash App, $ Skywalker 1984, the letter M. Super chats are always welcome. Thank you for all the chats. I don't like to read the super chats in the morning just because it ruins the flow. This is kind of like this is like I don't know. Imagine that you're on the can, man, and you just want things to flow, man. All right. Imagine urinating in the middle of the stream. You got to take a commercial break. That would suck, you know. So I don't like to read the cash apps. I'll take the cash apps, and please, I appreciate them. Again, I make no money, but I prefer not to read them at least until the end, maybe, because
I just want to get some thoughts out, man. You know, I'm in Germantown, Tennessee, right now. It is a suburb of Memphis, Tennessee. Looks nice. Just driving down the street here. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, hey, hey. But it's kind of like, no matter how much you try, a, a city still, the city still has a stench on the suburbs. And while I'm in this suburb, nice suburb of Memphis, it's Memphis nonetheless. Must be out of my mind to keep staying here in this town. You know, this show is a lot of fun, man. This show is a lot of fun. And what I'd like to do, if we can, is get as much money as possible. Memberships are coming, um, optional, of course. But I want this channel to continue to be a family that has a whole bunch of audience members. You guys in the chat, when new people come up, you know, BD says, BD always talking about the chat is mine. The chat is mine. Bob, the chat is mine. All right. And Bob, you're going to get your face pushed in, Bob. But that's kind of how I want it. I kind of want all of us to, like, man, make it to the top. Me just making it to the top by myself is like having Tuesday off and all your friends got to work. And I told you how I feel about Tuesday. Tuesday, the most bullshit day there is. But my goal is to um, have enough money coming in so that uh, 84 can do this full time. And he's another one. 84 is awesome, man. Uh, we kind of connected. Pause. You have to say that everything. Pause. I went to the gym, man. Pause. I went to the men's bathroom. Pause. 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 What do you think? It's probably like maybe about like 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago. And James, you know, hey, why would you do that? I don't understand why you do that. You know, hey, come on, why? I'm Jewish now. I found out. We were talking about a rail gun, all right. And Mike was like, he's talking about rail guns and technology that we have against China. And James said, "Oh, yeah, rail guns in World War II. Yeah, rail guns in World War II." We were like, James, we didn't have rail guns in World War II. So, and I like James, man, but he proceeds to show us a, a like gun, like a cannon type gun in World War II, on top of on a train. And to James, that was a rail gun. Rail guns nowadays, or there's, I guess you say nowadays, he's got me thinking that was a rail gun. Rail guns are those guns that shoot an object at extremely high speed with no explosive. The kinetic energy of the object does the damage that an explosive would do. That's what we're thinking about railgun. 84 and I were just laughing. We couldn't. We were like, you know what, man, you're right, but what? I guess technically that is a railgun. Technically that is a railgun. So 84 and I we kind of both were laughing at that, and throughout the stream, we were both going rail gun, and then we invented a thing where it's like we pull a trigger. If you ever see us pull a trigger, it's kind of us dapping it up. It's kind of like 84, 84 pointed this out too. The word HOR, that was me, Vanna, and Distant Light. When before the family spelled whore, HOR. The three of us heard that, and that became our thing. So, it's interesting, man. You have little moments with people, and that's what I like about humor is humor can quickly attach people together if they share the same type of humor. If they see the same thing and they both laugh at it, that humor is a great way to show how people think. Um, what's funny to some may not be funny to others. What's funny to some may be real funny to others. And that's how people, connect. So I think that's what happened. I was like, okay. I mean, 84 was already smart, quiet, uh, he talked with his face a little bit. I said, okay. And then he was the first one that jumped on when I created this, man. So that's a good brother, man. But I'm telling you, and art, I mean, art, Bob, I'm telling you, hey, on my hands up, I'm trying to read the super chat. Can y'all, all right, I don't want to cuss. I don't want to cuss. Can y'all just be quiet? All right. James with the $4 super chat. Hey, we thank you, James, man. Hey, yo, I got my hand up right now. Like, share, subscribe, and guys, we just trying to do our thing. If you can help us out, that'd be great. If not, whatever. But just think about the channel. Think about what we're doing over here. He goes on and on. But so, but he's got some ideas, and I want, it'll be good. It'll be good once someone's willing to dedicate. Well, 84 is showing he's willing to dedicate a lot of time to this channel. Um, so if we can get him up and running, man, you know, get him some equipment and he can start doing some real fun stuff. All right, like those interviews. See these interviews, those YouTube interviews, where it's usually a brother. Like pull a woman over and say, "How old are you?" I'm 45. Are you married? No. Those. He can start doing stuff like that. All this brother does is walk around, interview fairly good-looking women, gets a billion views. Now, you know, well, I'll stop there. All right, because we had some problems before. You know, women like women like the felon look. You know, I mean, 84 does look a little greasy. All right, he looks like he's had a couple of bench warrants. That he looks like he can't step into certain states without having some legal trouble. I'll just say it like that. And women like that, and sometimes women like it too much, and then it puts pressure on him. And I understand that. You know, um, you come to work with a tank top and arresting. I'm gonna kill that motherfucker face. That's women kind of like that stuff, man. You know, independent of having laid. When I come up there, women are not. Women are like, oh, maybe he's kind of intellectual, but he looks like a mature 10-year-old. Well, 84, he looks a little bit dangerous. And women like that dangerous stuff. So we got to make sure that not too many women like 84. But that said, those interviews, I think those are great. All right. Those are great little interviews and whatnot. Um, and Tampa is a target rich environment. I used to date a girl in Tampa long time ago, long time ago. And Tampa does have some really, really beautiful women. It's actually a nice city. I like Tampa a lot. Uh, Shout out to West Coast of Florida, Tampa, St. Pete, even Sarasota can be nice. Naples, you got to be rich though. You got to be super. You got to be like, man. You got to be like. So, but if A4 can do this full time, man, get him off the Medicare. Uh, Make sure he's got one arm. Maybe I can get some grants from the government for helping out a cripple. 84 does a crip walk all the time because he's crippled. So that's my goal, man. Let's see where this thing goes. This is getting a little fun. It's getting a lot of fun, actually. And I wish I could be on there more, actually. But the times that are going, I like flights where I'm the last guy out and the first guy in. That's why y'all see me at odd times because I'm not a day person. This actually is too early for me right now. Uh, but if I can get him there at night and then get him back early in the morning, that's my deal. Ironically, it gives me the whole day to sleep. I'm a vampire, man. Okay, let's see. It's 10:26. All right, I've given you guys a lot of time here. Yeah, Truth Live is probably going to come on pretty soon.
You want to tell me what the fuck that was?
I couldn't, I couldn't, I couldn't bend down like I wanted to. Where you kind of do the one where you're crouching and you hold your fist and kind of move side. I couldn't do that, man. Not with this back. You know, you get older, man. Man, you get older. You start getting scared to pick up like a pencil. Oh, my back. Hey, guys, this is the great thing, man. I appreciate it. Let's keep doing this. All right. Let's keep going. Let's have a good day today. Fuck all that. I'm not Tony Robbins. Have a fucking bad day. I don't give a shit. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I mean, it does. I mean, just have a bad day, but come on here. All right. Hey, inspiration. I'm gonna listen to you. What the fuck I'll listen to you for, man? No. I'm going to tell me have a good day is my daddy. I'm gonna listen to Bob for having a good day. Fuck you. You don't know me like that, nigga. Every black person, when dealing with a white person, excuse me, when dealing with mainstream culture, is having a black conversation in their head. You know, my doctor asked me a question. I'll say, I don't know, doc. I'd have to look into that. And the black conversation in my head is, what the fuck you asked me that for, motherfucker? I don't know. I go to Starbucks. Hey, welcome to Starbucks. What can I get you? I'll tell you this, you can shut the fuck up first and get me a goddamn coffee. Oh, nothing. Can I just get the peppermint blah 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 blah? You know? Um, you get off customer service, they say, you know, have you been served like you want to? Did I meet your expectations? Yeah, you did until you asked me that dumbass question. Oh no, you did a great job. Thank you very much. Thank you for your service and have a good day. It's funny the black conversation in your head. The inner Negro is just roaring to come out. Luckily, and maybe just being black and being able to operate in the white world is your ability to push down your inner Negro. See, JP doesn't care. JP's inner Negro is his outer Negro. But for some of us, I guess maybe we had to push it down. I think my dad beat it out of me when I was like, I think he beat it out of me when I was in the womb. You are not going to be a problem. You are not going to be. a problem for me, you're not going to be a problem at all. All right. Is that clear? Yeah. So, all right. I got to run. It's 10:30. All right. I got to be white person punctual. I love you guys. Talk to you soon. Like, share, subscribe, leave the comments. Um, and yeah, I'll see y'all later.